Very fascinating article and perspective here by David Swanson. I'll link it down below, which basically points out how the House of Representatives, which is controlled by the Democrats, obviously, could slow down the nomination of Trump's Supreme Court justice very, very easily if they wanted to. So the title of this, the Supreme Court vacancy is in the hands of the House of Reps. Here's why. So Trump came into office openly violating both the emoluments clauses, threatening to wage war to steal oil and kill people's families, promising to discriminate immigration on the basis of religion, inciting violence in events, fighting voter counting in courts, and committing to politicizing prosecutions. Trump has publicly threatened nuclear war on two countries, waged and escalated numerous illegal wars, dramatically increased the drone murder program. He's abused the pardon power and the power to declare emergencies. He's promoted racism and hatred. He separated children from their families. Obama also did that, along with some of these other things. He's illegally torn up treaties and proliferated weapons technology to brutal dictatorships. He's intentionally exacerbated climate collapse. He's taken deliberate acts to spread a deadly disease that's killed over 200,000 people in the U.S. He's threatened a coup in an election. So, as Swanson points out, the House of Representatives could pick any of those issues and impeach Trump on that. Instead, what they did before is go after him with the fucking stupid, ridiculous Russiagate shit. Because, which I didn't know, but I guess makes sense now. When the House impeaches, the Senate has to stop everything else and put the impeached person on trial. That means no Supreme Court justice confirmation, no more coronavirus money for weapons dealers, no more of the general death and destruction dealt out by the Senate every hour it's open for business. Halting Senate activities is almost always good for the world, but now in particular. The fact that the House sent unproven theories about Ukraine and Russia to the Senate a relatively short time back is not the public's fault. The availability of a long list of stronger charges should be taken as a fortunate opportunity now. But again, Democrats aren't going to do this. They're weak as fuck. Their resistance is pathetic and in name only. Case in point, Pelosi and others in the House and the Senate granting Trump, everything he wanted as far as military budgets, his trade deal, giving him the Space Force, while Nancy Pelosi was ripping up the copy of his speech during the State of the Union. It's a bunch of bullshit, and obviously that's huge, expansive list, and any of those things impeaching Trump for would have been so much more prudent and productive, and you could have actually convinced people to get behind than this made-up bullshit about Trump being Putin's puppet or whatever. It's fucking ridiculous. The excuse that even on an indisputable charge, Trump might still not be convicted by the Senate misses the point now more than ever. The point is this. If you're going to tell me that I should stick a clothespin on my nose and try to convince innocent people to vote for Joe Biden because, wait for it, the Supreme Court is at stake, then why in the hell can't some members of Congress speak and write a few words with impeachment at the top when the Supreme Court is at stake? Because they're actually more concerned with getting reelected and not pissing off their donors than with actually engaging in some type of harm reduction that might hurt them electorally, because they're money and power hungry. It's disgusting. And then there's also another huge list of things. So this is what the House can do. This is from Ryan, a memo that's been circulating around Washington. This is from The Intercept. I'll link it down below for future reference if you like. House measures requiring Senate action, impeachment, amendments between houses, short-term funding, war powers resolution, And then there's a whole bunch of stuff that the Senate itself can do. Let's see. Is that where it started? Yeah. So there's a whole list of things here. It says the rights to delay Senate action generally, speaking at length, in the absence of a unanimous consent agreement, governing time to debate or cloture. A senator who gets recognized to speak can speak at length. So you can basically, if there's no limits, you get up there and bring the Bible or Grapes of Wrath or Malcolm X's works or whatever. Obviously, you could kill a lot of time that way. Objecting to routine consent agreements. Forcing roll call votes on routine motions to adjourn or recess would require senators to come to the Capitol. New legislative day. Objecting to lifting quorum calls. Any senator can object to unanimous consent to lifting quorum call. Forcing a recorded vote that would require senators to come to the Capitol and also prevent the Senate from taking other action during the time it takes senators to come vote. Layover requirements, raising points in order, filing cloture. And this is again all the Senate. The Senate is not governed by a unanimous consent agreement or post-cloture. Senator who got recognized could move to proceed to a measure or series of measures and file cloture on the motions to proceed. 2 days later, the Senate would be required to vote on the cloture motions. The number of these motions is limited only by the number of items on the calendar. Fast track vehicle. So huge laundry list of things that the Senate themselves could do. And then obviously, I mean, Democrats control the House. I feel like this would be the easiest option, and it makes the most sense if they're, actually the resistance party. They would do this, like right now. Yeah, so again, I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see what type of roadblocks the Democratic senators try to put up, but we've already seen Nancy Pelosi come out and say that she's not going to negotiate the shutdown of the federal government as some type of negotiating chip, which she obviously should if she was truly concerned with not getting this right-wing conservative religious nut job confirmed to the Senate. But again, the Democrats are frankly only resistance in name, while in action pass huge swaths of President Trump's agenda. So we'll see if the Democrats had any type of backbone. They would impeach Trump on this huge laundry list of fucked up high crimes and misdemeanors that he has committed while in office. It's a laundry list. There's more than that too. So we'll see. Peace. Much love.